We gotta move the R32 here out of the way so we can get the fancy bore out. We're picking up some parts today. I say parts, but it's actually a one piece, but it's a cool one piece. Put this car way over here. I forgot this this Jetta trunk's in here. That must come out. Now we're good. Taking a nice little morning drive today, heading about 30 minutes west to a town where I found someone who's actually partying out in Vento, which is pretty cool. It's that close to me. I'm getting the front bumper. Don't know if anything else is available, but if I can get more than that, awesome. If not, a front bumper is still cool to get. Dang, who's that wagging in the window? Shoot. All right, boys, we got it. White, smooth top, Vento front bumper. Not bad at all. It's a little bit dirty, but all this stuff comes right off, so definitely a good score. He said the rest of the car is pretty much all gone, so I just got this, but still not a bad score. All right, and now we go back home. Actually, no, now we go get fuel because homegirl here is, yeah, I know the light's on. We're almost out of fuel. We're at 695.6, lights on. I probably still have a bit more to go. I'm gonna get fuel real quick off base and I'll fill it up later on base because it's cheaper. But I should be able to break 700 this time, so I'm gonna find a gas station real quick and then we'll head home. Because the last thing that I wanna do is run out of fuel on the Autobahn because it's very illegal and I'll get in a lot of trouble. Made it to the Shell where they had the fancy 100 octane racing fuel here, which is pretty cool to see at like an actual a gas station. But we are currently at 698.8. I could have pushed a little farther, made 700, but we made it once. I don't care to really push it again. I was even trying to do this and it just kind of happened. So it's good to know this car can do about 700 kilometers every single time. It's awesome. Got some fuel in the tank, got myself a little coffee and a muffin. Let's go home. So I don't know about you guys, but I love to watch YouTube videos as I drive, and right now we got Mr. Greg on the screen, one of my best friends back in Florida. Beautiful car, awesome dude. If you're not subscribed to his channel, make sure you go check him out. So aside from getting this bumper that I need to clean off here in a minute, today's gonna be another day where I don't really know what we're doing, but we're gonna make it work anyways. Okay, so I've decided we're gonna go ahead and test fit the wheels on the Savoy on Miley today because you guys know I am gonna be swapping the four wheels off of that car. It's a little bit too wide and I can't ride the height I want to, and I can't air out at all because it pulls the fenders. So I'm gonna get another set of 15s, probably use the brand new tires off the forward wheels. I found a really nice set of 15x8. I think they're plus 20, I wanna say. So that 15x8 plus 20 PowerTechs, really nice wheels. I think it'll be a very good spec for the car for as a winter kind of setup, but also will double as a very nice track kind of setup. The tires I have now are all seasons, they're brand new. Those should be fine to run at the Nürburgring if I'm not trying to go super crazy, which I'm not right away. But then later on, if I want to get a nice set of like really grippy, meaty tires for those 15s, for the 15x8 PowerTechs, that'd be a perfect wheel to do it on. And then to give you guys another look at the Vento bumper here, it's a bit like rough paint-wise, but in terms of actual condition, very good condition. I don't see any dents, any like bad. This is just dirt right there. This is a scuff, but in terms of like actual like damage, it's very clean. Like I said, there's some paint scuff, some paint like chips and stuff like that, but there's no dents, no deep grooves or scratches, and it's a nice smooth top Vento bumper. So very cool. I'll clean it off and this will be for sale very soon. Some of you are about to be very excited because your favorite wheels are going back on the Savoy, only temporarily, but at least for today, you'll see your OG Steelies back on the Savoy. We'll go ahead and pull the little demon car out of the garage. Surprisingly enough, this car actually doesn't scrape at all coming in and out of the lift over here. Okay, all that does. The exhaust hits a little bit. Just kidding. So these wheels here, the little DBVs, are going over to the Jetta. Even though I do want to get the PowerTechs for Miley, these will probably look just as good on that car as they do on this car because I do like these wheels quite a lot. I might just take the tires off my forward wheels over there, the brand new ones, and put them on these wheels and to save money. I still want the PowerTechs, we'll see. I do think though, these wheels in a gloss black or even like a metallic gunmetal on that car would look pretty cool. The biggest thing I'm excited for though is to actually be able to air out my car on the stock wheels. So with my my Zobbers, I have stretched tires. I can actually air out the front of the car. But with these, since they're just a bit too wide and they're very meaty tires, when I air out, it pulls the fender down here, and I don't want to go cracking my side skirt because that's no fun. And there's no point in having bags. I can't actually air out the car when I park it. So I want a bit less aggressive wheels. These wheels actually fit, like, honestly, they fit super, super nice. So we'll be able to air out in the front and the rear, tuck nicely, and good to go. All right, the DBVs are off. The stock sleeves going back on the Savoy, and I can already hear the comments. Final pieces about to go on. Okay, let's get something very, very clear here. There is no way that this side looks better than this side. It's just not a thing. I mean, these aren't bad as stock wheels, but like they don't look better than those. This is just, it just doesn't. It just does not. No, not even a little bit. No. So we'll test fit these in this car today, just for sake of doing it. But these will go back to this car. Power tacks will go on this car, and we'll all be happy. I mean, some of you guys will be happy, but I don't care. Both front and rear are now done. Let's go ahead and bring her back down, nice and gently. There she is. Oh, by no means does that look any better than before. These look way better. And actually, to my surprise, these wheels here, I thought were like 15 by 6 or 7. They're actually 15 by 8.5, plus 35, I want to say. So very good specs, actually wider than the power tacks I want to get are 15 by 8. So that's pretty cool, 15 by 8.5. Same size tire as these, 185, 55, 15. These are just winter tires versus all seasons, but that's cool, 15 by 8.5. Very, very cool. And for reference, these are 14 by 6, I want to say, plus 45. And you can see how stuck in there they are. Now it is time. 4x4 wheels coming off. DBV's going on. Wheel and adapter are both off. Time for our first one to go on. Also, I just realized I made a bit of a mistake. These wheels aren't 15 by 8.5. It actually says 15 by 6.5. I glanced at it, looks like 8.5. My bad. So these wheels won't stay on this car. The power tacks that are 15 by 8 will go on this car. These will go back on this car. But for today, they're going on this car. So, small PSA, learn from my mistakes. I used to pull my adapters off my car like once every other month, clean them and make sure they're not stuck on there. I haven't done it in a while, and now they're quite. Have you ever used adapters before? After a long time, it gets like corrosion, that kind of stuff, and they get really, really stuck on there. The driver's side one came off pretty easily because I had that wheel off doing the axle like a month or two ago. That one already cleaned. I should have done the rest of them then, but I didn't, so now I'm having to struggle getting this off. We'll get there. It just takes a long time of just slowly prying it off. But if you have adapters, make sure take them off. I would say once a month, once every other month. Clean them, make sure there's no corrosion because they get stuck in there really, really good. I also use some like the anti-seize stuff around the inside, but it's been so long, it doesn't really matter at this point. So clean your adapters, it'll save you a lot. Okay, we got her, boys. You can see the backside is pretty corroded. It's not even really the backside. What happens is water and stuff gets in between this that screws into your hub, between there and there, and it gets stuck together. So what I do whenever I pull this off, I usually take sandpaper and sand inside of here so it's very smooth and it's a little bit bigger, and I sand this down as well so both pieces fit nicely together and they spin freely. Both fronts at this point are done. We'll load the car down, throw the lip back on, and see how she looks. Not bad. Not bad at all. So we have 15 by 6.5 plus 33 in the front. You can see how it fits right here. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Much more room than before, because before I had, the four wheels are 15 by 7 or 7.5, I don't know the offset, but they had an 20 millimeter adapter in the front, 18 mil in the rear, and you guys saw how much they poked out of here. So, like I said, these aren't permanent for this car. Once we have the power tacks, those are 15 by 8 plus 30, I want to say. And then if I need to do a spacer, I can bump them out or leave it off. So either way, the fitment's gonna be really good. But I like that. Not bad. I can't wait to do the rear and then air out the whole car and see how it looks. And then the forward wheels actually are 15 by 7.5. The fitment in the rear of the car is super nice. This is how I want the power tacks to sit. So whether I need spacers to do this or they might just fit like this, I don't know. But this is the goal, to have the front and the rear both fit like this, enough to where it's still aggressive, but I can still air out the car. Cue my excitement. The rears actually are a lot cleaner somehow. And it's off. There it is. So this one took me about 5 minutes. The front took about 20. And this is just a lot cleaner. There's a lot less corrosion between here and there, so I don't know. It's weird. I put the anti-seize on both, but oh well, at least this side's done. Hopefully both rears should be easy. We can be done with this momentarily. So thankfully both rears, the adapters came off very easily. I'm not sure why the fronts were stuck on so much, but thankfully the rears were pretty easy to do. We'll drop the car down and see how it fits. It's funny, these wheels have the exact same tires, but due to specs, they're so much more sunk in. Like I said, these wheels would need a spacer, but I think it really is cool to see this car aired out on these. I'm also glad I did this today because now with the adapters off, I can go through, clean all of them, sand and smooth, make sure all the corrosion's off them, and then paint them. That way for future installation and taking them back off, they're not a pain like this. All right, let's bring the old girl down. All right, let's get our first look here. And keep in mind, obviously the car is not aired out. Bam. Honestly, not bad. Obviously the rear needs a serious spacer, but it's not bad. I like the look. So like I said, once this car is on a nice set of 15x8 PowerTechs, and whether you use spacers in the rear or not, the fitment's gonna look really good. It'll be a nice winter set for the car, and then I can either swap tires come springtime for a nice track setup on the PowerTech, or go to a 16-inch wheel or a 17. I haven't quite decided yet, but for a winter setup, I think PowerTechs will look really good. I'm gonna pull the car back into the light and air it out. The moment we've been waiting for, time to air out the car and hopefully not crush my my front lip or my side skirts. All right, I'll put you guys right here. That'll work. Down she goes. Got more to go, so hang on. Dang, the car hasn't been tucking like this in a long time. Jeez, that's so cool. So cool. I like it. Low makes anything look so much better. These wheels look like all right when the car's up, but now like flat to the ground, now looks really cool. We could probably do, not that I'm keeping these wheels, but probably do a 20 mil in the front and probably 25 or so in the rear, give or take, because I have the Mark II rear beam, which is why it's so sunk in there. That's pretty good though. I like that. I quite like that a lot. These aren't bad. Not bad at all. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I actually really like these wheels on this car. Like, that's not a bad look. If this thing had spacers on it and those wheels were nice and flush to the fenders, this would look really good. Like really good. I quite like this a lot. Interesting. Well, I guess I'll be on the lookout for some 4x100 spacers here in the next few weeks, because this looks really good. Just imagine that front wheel nice and flush with that fender, and same for the rear. That looks good. Really good. If these wheels were like 15x9 with a stretched tire, this car would sit like perfectly fender to lip, which is pretty cool. I like these. So once we have the 15x8 PowerTechs on here with some spacers, this car's gonna look so good. And I'm gonna get it right to here, like flat with the fender. The fitment's gonna look great. These look good though, but these will go back. As I said, this isn't permanent. These will go back to the Savoy. I just wanted to see, and I'm glad I did this because now I can clean up my adapters, fix those up, and now we have winter tires on the car. It looks good though, man. I like it a lot. Low makes everything look better. These wheels looked okay-ish, stock height, but aired out, money. I love how this car is just like flat to the ground all around. It looks so cool. Even the rear diffuser, look how close it is to the ground. It's like right there. It looks sick like this. Usually I'm not a fan of tucking. I like the poke and stretch tire look more for a stance car, but this isn't bad. I get down with this. I like this. Miley is back in her corner. As I was airing the car out, I didn't realize this section of the garage is actually bows up in the middle. So as I was going down, the sides would hit the ground before I was aired out. So before we break anything, we just stop right there. And just to reiterate and be very, very clear, these wheels are not staying on Miley. I just did this today to simply just do it. It was fun. I just wanted to see what they look like in the car. They look really cool aired out. So these wheels are not staying on Miley. They will go back to the Savoy at some point. We will get different wheels for this car as winter setup. But I thought it was a cool little fun idea for today. And looks pretty good, I think. Not bad at all. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think about the wheels on Miley. I will see you guys tomorrow. It is Monday. What are we doing tomorrow? I have no idea. It's the 23rd tomorrow, 2 days out from Christmas. This year's going by so fast, it's crazy. Don't forget, be thankful for today. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.